Hello, Paula here from Tessera Virtual Business Solutions, and I'm going to share with you today some simple steps to improve virtual team communication. If what I share today helps you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more help in becoming more efficient, productive, and collaborative in your work. The increase in virtual teams is becoming the norm for many industries. We no longer have the luxury of assuming we can build our team relationships by meeting up in the hallways and water coolers of our offices, or grabbing lunch on the go. This means that communication among team members has been significantly affected. But it's not all bad news on the communication front. Teams around the world have stepped up to the challenge and figured out how to effectively improve virtual team communications. The results are quite exciting. Here in this video, we're going to explore some top ways to improve that communication, which will improve overall processes and increase collaboration efforts across your full organization. And the best news is that these strategies can happen today. No huge rollouts are needed. Simply begin with one of these strategies. The first strategy is to choose your tools and define when to use them. It's best to limit the number of tools that you use as an organization so that there's less confusion. Each person on the team will have their favorite tool, but the team must follow communication expectations for the good of the whole. Some teams have created rules of engagement for communication tools and clearly define when to use each one. It's brilliant and straightforward when you do this. And because it is clear, it's easy for everyone to know what to expect from the other team members. Here are some specific rules of engagement that you might adopt. Number one, the first communication tool is email. The rule is no internal emails. Email is strictly used for communicating with outside clients and vendors. The second communication tool is chat. Chat is used in fun, functional, fast, quick ways, but it doesn't involve the actual work you're doing. It's more like a tool just to do a quick chat. The third tool, audio and video conferencing. We use this one quite a lot now, but remember that video does tire people out, so use it sparingly. Only when you have to. The fourth tool is the phone. Now, some people say they don't like to talk on the phone for business. It's easier for them just to get on a Zoom so you can see a face, or perhaps just shoot an email or another message. But if you need to talk to someone, but you don't necessarily want to do video chat, a phone is not a bad idea. It encourages an opportunity to walk and talk. A lot of times in that walking and talking is where ideas are born better and faster. So don't rule out using the phone as part of your communication stack. The fifth tool is text messaging. Most companies will use this for emergency only. You do need a tool that is only used very, very sparingly so that when there is an emergency, you know to pay attention. The sixth tool is task or project management software. This is where you communicate anything related to specific work. So any client work, any work that you're collaborating on with someone else, even work that you're not collaborating on, but you want to kind of keep up with your notes about where that work stands, that all goes into that project management software. So it sits right there and stays right there, has a history of what has been done on the work, and it stays with the work itself. And finally, social media is another channel. Most companies will say that social media is never used for work as far as a communication tool. So those are just some ideas of different ways to use different communication tools. Once you've chosen your tools and you've defined when to use them, the next strategy to adopt is to respect work patterns and times within your organization. One way to kill good virtual team communications is to expect everyone to be on call at all times. It's unrealistic and it's unfair to people and their families. So do everything you can to discourage an always-on culture. It's not sustainable and it'll propel your team to burn out faster than you can even imagine. In your communication channels, ask everyone to turn off notifications during their non-work times and mark themselves as away. Team members around the globe will know that they can expect a response in a few hours instead of a few minutes. In times of deep work, each person turns off notifications, which show up on each communication platform. Create response time expectations for the full team, so no one is left hanging or one person is not the bottleneck for the team. For example, if I have notifications silenced in order to complete some deep work, my team will know that I will check in every 90 minutes for messages from them to keep their work moving forward. If those messages are in the agreed upon channel, it's quick and easy for me to check in periodically, answer messages, and then move back into the deep work mode. The third strategy, be clear when communicating deadlines and scope. Like respecting work patterns and times, knowing how much each team member is already working is key. Find a work management tool that will show you each team member's workload before giving more work or specific deadlines. Asana has an invaluable tool in its business tier that shows a view of each individual's workload at any point in time. Nothing is more frustrating for a team than misunderstandings about how much work is possible in a certain period of time. These misunderstandings can lead to overwork and burnout for the assigned teammate, or frustration when work deadlines are missed. Most of the time, this can be solved with effective communication from the start. Know what your team is working on, when it's due, and when they are free to take on more work. Still another strategy, celebrate wins as a team. One surefire way to improve virtual team communication is to have a good time together. When you share an office in person, this happens naturally as you give a high five or stop by a team member's office for a quick check-in or a hello. But hanging out together online is a bit different. You have to be more intentional in your celebrations and your touch points. If you're on Slack, perhaps create fun channels to keep communication open. One team created a channel to give shout outs to others on the team who they witnessed showing the values of the organization. Open another channel where you all share birthdays, work anniversaries, or other personal accomplishments. For people who consistently work together to meet goals, this becomes a great way to cheer each other on. In Asana, team members can show appreciation for a task shared by team members. Simply add an appreciation in the comments of any task for all to enjoy. It's a fun and easy way to cheer on your team. Here's another strategy. Streamline and centralize information. Make it easy for your team to get to work. One key frustration that many workers face is spending way too much time trying to find the documents they need to do their work. According to the Anatomy of Work Index, knowledge workers spend over 60% of their time on this work about work. Frustrating for sure. One key way to do this is to be clear in your assignment of the work. Anticipate the questions you will get and create a project brief or at least an action-oriented assigning system in your work management tool. Attach or link any documents needed to complete the work right there within the project or task. Create a video so there are fewer questions from the beginning. Many teams create a knowledge base to answer frequently asked questions. It's important to keep this knowledge base updated as more questions arise from the team. House the knowledge base in your work management platform, making sure it is searchable and accessible to all. The final strategy I'll share today is to give helpful feedback. Feedback is a gift to the recipient, but the best feedback is given at the right time and in the right way. Give feedback in a quick comment in your project management tool. Feedback that encompasses a larger project may need a different delivery. Perhaps a quick video conference call will help you see feedback specifics on screen that will help communicate better. Using an audio call helps you hear the tone of voice in which the feedback is given. When giving feedback, err on the side of over-communicating rather than leaving doubt about meaning or intention. Take great care in communicating exactly what you want to say. It'll go a long way to improve virtual team communication in the long run. So there you have it. Simple strategies to improve communication. Each of these strategies can be executed immediately and without much instruction. So pick one and start improving. Better communication produces higher productivity and in turn, higher profitability for the organization. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one or have other questions I can answer, I'll link to my website below, tesseravbs.com, and you can get in touch with me there.